Good morning. It's Sunday, November 8th. Mike with CS Outdoors, heading out to the farm in central Missouri right now. We got the coldest temperatures of the year that we've had so far. It's supposed to be about 30 degrees, so we're gonna get out here and get a good sit in this morning. The pressure's up, and the wind just pretty much did a 180 overnight. So we really got some good conditions, let alone being the first week in November. All the reports we're hearing is there's some really good chasing going on. A couple of guys on our staff saw some really good activity yesterday. Saw some bucks chasing, bucks squaring off, fighting, and I mean if it's not on right now, man, it is on the cuff. So it's just a matter of time. So next weekend, our firearm season opens in Missouri, so this will probably be the last chance we'll get after them with a bow until maybe around Thanksgiving. So I wanted to jump on this opportunity. It was kind of a last second deal where I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So threw everything in the truck real quick and headed out. So we're gonna see what happens today. Probably gonna sit with having east winds. It's kind of a little limited on what stands I can sit. Probably gonna sit that cistern stand that I've sat most of the year, just because every time I've been in there, I've seen does, and right now you got to hunt the does because that's where the bucks are going to be soon after. So that's that. Knowing that is a natural doe travel corridor, and it's a known bedding area adjacent to that. I think it's about the best spot regardless of wind, but with my wind it's kind of a no-brainer to sit there. So anyway, I'm gonna slide in there. Should be to the farm about 5:15, something like that, and it gets light a little after 6, so be perfect timing. But anyway, it's about the best week to be a whitetail hunter right now going on. So good luck to everybody else who's out there, and hopefully we can see some big boys start hitting the dirt here in Missouri. With those muddy safe lines attached on every one of our sets, we don't have to tie in, we don't have to bring rope or carabiners or anything. It's all already at our tree on those safe lines. So all we have to do is just wear our harness out, and then when we get to the tree, we just latch right on to the carabiner that's there, and we're connected for our entire ascent up the tree all the way until we touch back down again. So man, I'll tell you what, it's the safest way to go. It's really gives you a lot of peace of mind when you're climbing and when you're sitting there too. We just had a good buddy of ours. He had his stand yesterday, pivoted around the tree and threw him out of the stand. Luckily, he had his harness on. He was tied in, and he did fall, but he never hit the ground. His safety harness is what saved him. So when you have something like that hit kind of close to home, it solidifies why we do the safe lines, or at the very least, do the harnesses with the tree strap. So never can be too careful. You never know when that's these stands are out in the weather all the time, and you never know when they're gonna fail on you. It's just never can be too careful. So anyway, we're just gonna finish getting the last few things together and then go get in the tree. So it is a beautiful night. I don't know if I've ever seen a night with stars as visible as they are tonight. The moon's gorgeous, and it's gonna be a beautiful sit whether we see deer or not. So not much really to report now. Real quiet morning, real slow. It's beautiful out, but I haven't seen a deer. I spooked one whenever I was walking in. It was about 15 yards from the stand. I don't know what it was, because obviously pitch black, but I heard it jump off through the brush, but it never blew or anything, so I don't I'm sure, I don't think it really knew what I even was. But just, disappointing morning, just thinking that it was going to be a dynamite deal. But maybe it'll kick off here in a little bit. But man, just to not see anything on a morning like this is a little disheartening for for our farm, the way that we manage it. We should really be seeing deer. So I don't know what the story is or what to say. So just wait them out. Just wrapping up here. Got back to the truck and getting changed and packed up to leave. Fairly uneventful morning. Besides my last check-in, I did have a 9-pointer come through. He was a good deer. He was probably, I don't know, 130 maybe, but a 3-year-old. So he came through. He was right underneath my tree. I mean, literally 3 yards underneath my stand, and I didn't hear him until he was right there, because there's one of our interior roads is just on the back side of the stand, and I guess he walked up the road. I didn't hear him until he stepped foot into the leaves. So, and when he was underneath me, so I didn't have my bow in my hand or anything. But anyway, he walked underneath me, and once he got past me, I grabbed my bow, and he walked out to about 40 yards. And I was like, I got to get a better look at him. So I grunted at him 3 times. On the third one, he stopped and he turned. He came back into 20 yards, trying scanning, just looking for where that was coming from. Never did win me. Then he turned around and walked back down towards the lake. So he looked better coming back in than he did when he was going away from me. So it was a little tempting, not to put an arrow in him, but other places, public ground or something, I would have shot that deer, but not on our farm, not a 3-year-old. It's just, not the way we manage. So, I'm just happy seeing them. I was happy seeing them on their feet, and knowing that there's a good up-and-comer that's going to be on the property, hopefully, if he makes it through rifle season from the neighbors. But, he's definitely got some good potential to be a good deer in the future. So, just one of those bittersweet things about when you're managing a property, that you have to pass on some deer. But hey, that's the name of the game. If you want to grow big deer, you have to let some of these walk. So anyway, I was happy to do it. Honestly, just knowing that he's on our property, and at least spending some time here. He might just be roaming for the rut, but he might find something here he didn't have where he was, and stake a claim. So it was good to see him. Great morning, absolutely beautiful out. If you weren't out this morning, you really missed out. Gorgeous sunrise, not a cloud in the sky, and just had a nice frost on the ground. It was like 31 degrees. So I live for mornings like that, that's for sure. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Get back to the house, and then next weekend starts our firearms season here in Missouri. So I know I'm going to hunt that opening weekend out here at the farm with Dad, and then the second weekend, Jeff and I are going to come out, and we're gonna stay out in the barn, break it in, christen it for its first overnight, and stay out there a couple of days and hunt that last weekend. So. Anyway, that's the plan for the next couple weeks. So good luck to everybody else who's out chasing whitetails.